Hi, I'm Joe. I'm here at ICMP. Tonight I'm going to be doing a masterclass on drums. I've been a music director and working in the live music industry. The role of music school, I think, is still really important. From my experience now, having worked in the industry for a few years, is that there are a whole bunch of skills that I've had to learn the hard way. It would have been awesome to have learned that when I was at school, music school. So in my masterclass tonight, I'll be talking about technology and sort of the application of how to use technology to do a pop show. So when I was growing up, I saw these amazing players playing behind pop artists. They had a lot of track and then just fills and chops and funny chords. But understanding the technology and how to use that to create organic pop shows where you're not leaning on backing tracks, you are using sampling and software libraries and harnessing the power of a computer, the reliability of a computer to help you do more than ever before. So there is absolutely a role, I think, for music school in 2018 to be teaching students about, yes, technique, yes, how to be the best that they can be, discipline. But also there is a broader skill set that I think is required now for young musicians wanting to get into the world of work. Yeah, I would say music education massively prepared me for my job role that I would finally come into with Ellie, whether I knew at the time or not. I had like a really intense year of learning how to play drums with some incredible tutors. Now, I didn't study music technology. I perhaps, in hindsight, could have learned so much more while I was there, but I was there to play drums. I dedicated a lot of time to try and be the best that I could be whilst I was there. And there was healthy competition in the room. There were some absolutely fantastic drummers there who all were lovely people. So it was this really healthy environment I felt when I was there. But I came out of it knowing technique and with a better idea, understanding of what the music industry actually is, rather than just this dream that I had of, I'm going to go study, be good, get a gig. Isn't that amazing? Like, live happily ever after. But the reality of actual life, and especially the music industry life, I learned a lot of that from my time at school as well. So I think there's a lot I had to learn for myself. Actual application of putting the tools, the skill set, the tools that I was taught into practice. You just need to be in the real world to experience that. But I'm so glad that I went and studied. And this is something that I mention when I go and do masterclasses, and I'm speaking to drummers primarily, is that learning to be a great drummer, of course, is really important if that's what you want to do. However, that should go hand in hand with learning technology and learning how to make your own music, how to record yourself, how to dissect a song that you hear on the record and understand sonically what those sounds are and where they come from, and then more importantly, learn how to recreate them. When I employ musicians now for pop projects, session musicians, I'm not just looking for a great guitarist with a cool look. I'm also looking for the guitarist to have a really good understanding of tonality and have the right gear, not just lots of gear. But I want that guitarist to then have a basic understanding of being able to play keys, what sound programming, sound design that person's going to need for the job. Same, especially with keys players, but also with drummers. I think the classic sense of a drummer is just to play an acoustic kit. But nearly everything I work on has some element of electronic drums in there, whether that's a sample pad through to a whole Ableton rig, through to for whatever. But I hire people because they have an understanding of that. And that is something now that music colleges like ICMP, I believe, are teaching. So when I was at music school, which is a few years ago, it would have been great for me to have learnt some of those skills then. And to be quite honest, some of that skill set probably was being taught, just that I was unaware of it at the time. And in the drum discipline, it perhaps wasn't leaned on as much. And that's okay because I went to study drums. But with the music school at ICMP, there's so many great tutors and a great facility to make the most of it and learn as much as you can.